Okay, so where are we at? Where you at? I had this thing with JD Souther. You remember he died last year, but JD and I were really, really close. Frankly, I think he's one of the finest songwriters we ever had. Also, amazing singer. Cranky as hell, by the way, but we got along. Maybe because we're both cranky? I don't know. But I was proud to be his friend. Anywho, he had this saying, he would always tell me to meet him places. You know, he'd be like, oh, I'm going to be at the Gibson showroom. You know, and I'd get to the Gibson showroom and I'm like, well, where you at? And he's like, I'm where you were. So I wrote that song, I'm Where You Were, with my friend Henning Kvitnes that was on the first reunion record for the Highline Riders, the Bumping Into Nothing record. Check that out, I'm Where You Were. That's us making fun of JT. I'm where you were. Where you at? So where we're at is I had a couple days off to heal my elbow. It's better. Just putting steroid cream on it. Whatever. I'm supposed to go to the gym today. I went all the way there. I actually did go, but I got the days mixed up with the trainer, and they have to evaluate you first so you don't die. Whatever. It's funny. I was going up the high road on the bus, and I wanted to make sure that the bus got off by the club, and it's a pretty posh club, I must say, but I like it because I'm posh. And there was a guy who was a replacement bus driver, and he was going up to the bus garage, which is just a block up. And I said, oh, this will get off across from the Hogarth, right? And he's like, yeah. He goes, you just go across the crosswalk there. And I said, crosswalk? He's like, yeah, so you don't get killed. I'm like, I'm from New York. He's like, you don't have crosswalks in New York? I'm like, no, get that out of the way, you know? Like, oh, that guy? F him. You know, just... You're on your own. He laughed. And then I just crossed the road in the middle of the road, like a New Yorker. Forget about it. So anyway, I did go up to the club, but I got the days wrong. My bad, probably me. I had it in my phone, whatever. So start my workouts 2 days from now, so that means I could come back and start working. I did work yesterday. What I'm getting, all of this roundabout nonsense, jibber jabber, is because I worked yesterday. I took 2 days off from my elbow, and I started work yesterday on songs 6 and 7 and 8. Now, my wife says song 8 is a hit, so I'm really excited for you to hear that, but I want to go in order. So I'm getting them prepared. So that's what I did yesterday. I prepared the songs, meaning tempos, keys, opening a Pro Tools session, setting up a click track, creating some sort of loop that I feel I could play to at that tempo in that key for that song, blah, blah, blah. So I did that for 3 songs. 6, 7, 8 are set up. And I just plugged in my acoustic direct and recorded, you know, like a scratch track. I don't know if maybe you all do this too, because guitar is my main instrument. When I write a song, sometimes I'll mic it up, and but if I'm gonna mic, if there's gonna be acoustic on a song, I want to make sure it's perfect. So most of the time, I'll just plug it in and record it the way it is plugged in, just to have a scratch track. So that's what I've done. But I should add, hold on a sec. Did you know that this little nugget does a fine acoustic preset? So what you do is, this is the little mini Tonex. What you do with this sucker is you turn the amp off and you import your own IR. So whatever acoustic IR you like. I've been using like a Martin D18 one because I'm playing a Dreadnought acoustic mahogany thing. The Larrivee, you've seen me play the Larrivee. So I'm using the Larrivee. So I use a Martin D18 profile IR, and you turn the amp off, but you still get to use the compression, the reverb, the EQ for the amp all the way to the right, where it says settings. You click on that. You get to use all the EQ. You even can put modulation on it. And because the switch will go between A and B presets, like maybe B has modulation and A doesn't, or B has delay and A doesn't, but they both have reverb and they both have compression. Pretty amazing. So I recorded the direct sounds with this. Pretty pleased with it, because then I spent hours tweaking it because there's an app. So I went into the app and I'd record a little and go, okay, yeah, that needs a little more at 950. And I'd use FabFilter to tell me where it was lacking or where it was good. And I tweaked the living hell out of it. So I'll probably go back and redo the scratch tracks just so they sound better, but you'll hear them today. It won't matter. So I recorded scratch tracks on songs 6 and 7 with acoustic, and then did rough vocals. They're okay. I'm going to redo the rough vocal for song 6, which is called Rotten Dream. I should probably read you the lyrics. Hold on a second. So this is Rotten Dream. The chorus is, it was a rotten dream, but it was all we had. Bursting at the seams, it wasn't all so bad. But I remember when I could make you scream, but in the end, I woke up with a rotten dream. That's the chorus that repeats. Verse 1, I never thought I'd hear your voice again. I still don't know what happened way back when. We all had a winnowed path to choose. I didn't think our plan could ever lose. Chorus. Verse 2, if I didn't walk, I wouldn't be here now. I know it's hard to see that all somehow. But never did you ever leave my mind. I knew the cost when I left you all behind. Chorus. Then the bridge. Let's build a time machine and start again. But something tells me we get the same end. Chorus. And then there's a coda. If you had told me then what I know now, well, I wouldn't change a thing. I would still hold on to this rotten dream. And like I said, it's a power poppy kind of song. But we're going to do it acoustic. And the more that I worked on it yesterday, the more I realized it's just got to be straight acoustic, like voice acoustic, maybe like some little textures. I'm going to show you some cool things I did where there's this app called Life that you can get as a plug-in, but it also works on your phone because it syncs to your phone, from your phone to your DAW. And you can sample any sound. I sampled the London bus growling, down the road, and it came into this crazy percussion thing. And then I sampled a baby crying. I will let you hear that because it's insane, because you would never believe it's a baby crying. So it just kind of morphs these sounds, syncs them to your DAW, and creates, and then you can tweak it, but it creates wild and woolly new sounds. So there you go. So I'm going to re-sing Rotten Dream and take a look at this for acoustic. Like, it's pretty amazing. Is it perfect? No. But like, I got it as like a backup little amp thing, and I wasn't too crazy about it. But it's not bad for acoustic, and you can put it in your pocket. So anyway, let's re-sing Rotten Dream. Song 7, because Rotten Dream is 6. Song 7 is called Dear Hedda, because it's for my niece in Norway. I wrote it for her birthday last year. I'll link to that when I show you that song tomorrow, because there was like a live, like right when I wrote it, I did a video for her birthday, so you can see the rough, like I hardly knew the song yet, but it was more for her and she loved it. So that'll be the next song, and I think it's going to be synth bass. I started playing around with some arpeggiated synths, and we'll see how that goes. So Rotten Dream is 6, Dear Hedda is 7, and number 8 will be called Ice Skates. That's the one my wife says, holy bloody baby Jeebus, that's a hit. So we'll see. Anyway, let's get this done. Let's do Rotten Dream. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2. It was a rotten dream, but it was all we had. Bursting at the seams, it wasn't all so bad. And I remember when I could make you scream. But in the end, I woke up with a rotten dream. I never thought I'd hear your voice again. I still don't know what happened way back when. We all had a winner path to choose. I didn't think our plan could ever lose. Let's build a time machine and start again. But something tells me we get the same end. Ooh, it was a rotten dream, but it was all we had, bursting at the seams. It wasn't all so bad. And I remember when I could make you scream. But in the end, I woke up to a rotten dream. But in the end, I woke up. If you told me then what I know now, well, it wouldn't change a thing. 'Cause I would still hold on to this rotten dream. Okay, well, I know that this is all gonna sound like crap through the camera, but this is what I just did. So this is Rotten Dream. What I want to do is show you a couple of cool things that are going on, which is that Life app thing that I was talking about. So let's just illustrate that first and see if this intrigues you as much as it does me. So this is the sound of a baby crying on a London bus. Yes, that is correct. That is a baby crying sampled through the Life app. Cool little percussion. You can sync it to the tempo of the session you're working on any tempo. This is the sound of a bus, just the grinding, growly bus sounds. Pretty cool, both again with the Life app and plugin. This is a groove with some tone to it from VCV Rack. So it's a kick and a snare with some like hi-hat shaker thing, but it's got a drone going on. It's in the right key and the right tempo. And then this is another VCV Rack. Kind of got some notes and tones, but a little percussive thing going on. And all of them together sound like this. To which you add the guitar. go. That's what's going on. As listening to this now, I do think I want to have a stand-up bass player, a double bass player, do some organic acoustic bass on this. So it'd be just what you're hearing, an acoustic bass and some little subtle synthy string parts. Listen to the tag. So there you have it. But yeah, a little double bass. Maybe I'll play it. I have some VSTs that are pretty dang good for double bass. So maybe I'll do that. But I think it would be better for this to have a real bass player. And fortunately, I know a couple really good ones. There's one in the London Experimental Ensemble, but there's also Ollie Bryce, who played with us early on. And I know a couple others. So I might do that. So just acoustic voice, double bass, the percussion you heard, and maybe I'll put some live percussion just to give it some texture and to make it a little more organic. But then there's some other synth parts I've recorded with VCV Rack. Again, VCV Rack is free. Check it out. You'll lose yourself for hours, but it's really cool. So I might use those VCV things or not. We'll see, but they all seem to be working. You're just not hearing them all because I muted them, because to sing to, it'd be just like mayhem going on until I do some editing. All right, so there you go. That is song 6 in the making of an album, creating it from scratch. Song 7 will be in a couple of days maybe, or maybe tomorrow. We'll see how far I get with it. All right, thanks for watching.